Christopher Ward's 12 Ti 36 versus the 40. Let's compare them. Which one's better? Are they worth it? Let's talk about them. In case you haven't realised, this video is going to be comparing these two watches. The 12 Ti 36mm in like this ice blue colour and the 12 Ti 40mm. Both excellent watches, but you are getting a very, very different experience. But before we talk about that, disclaimer, Terry. Bird, bird, bird. That's the disclaimer noise, okay? These are our watches, our personal watches, but they were gifted to us by Christopher Ward. Not for the purposes of a video, but simply because we've got a good relationship with the brand. But we decided we've got watches, let's make a video. Just wanted to be upfront about that, okay? This is the one I chose. It's the 36mm 12 Ti. It is a watch we have previously done a review on. In fact, it was the very first watch we ever got lent by a brand. And honestly, in the review, I said it was brilliant. I really, really liked it. We reviewed it actually with the purple dial. I said the purple wasn't really my thing. I said the movement was quite loud, which is still the case. And you're getting a Sellita SW300-1 movement, so really good movement, and it's chronometer certified. Same movement in both watches, by the way. Both COSC certified and both with up to a 56-hour power reserve. So honestly, that's very, very good. What else did I say about this in our review? And don't worry, this video isn't just going to be recapping a review we did back in April. We also sort of agreed, or actually Terry said, it needed micro adjust. And I was like, no, it's a butterfly clasp. How are they going to put micro adjust on it? Well, guess what? They've done it. The micro adjust is great. It's literally just a pull and it snaps back into place. It's got 1.5mm either side for a total of 3mm micro adjust. But honestly, it's great just for a little bit, and you can, because you can do either side or neither or both, it's actually nice. You can actually get a really good fine tuning. So excellent micro adjust, really, really like it.
There's a little bit of a force you need on the micro adjust.
Yeah, but I don't mind that.
It was just when I first got it, I was a little bit nervous about putting too much force into it.
It can be a little bit disconcerting at first.
Yeah. Once you know, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it can definitely be a bit disconcerting at first, but let's not worry about that. What I have realised about these watches, as I've worn mine particularly, is the titanium. So these are, in case you don't know, they are made of grade 2 titanium, which for context is the same grade of titanium that Tudor uses on the Pelagos. It is not the most scratch resistant form of titanium. Far from it. It scratches very, very easily. And both mine and Terry's watches both do have some nice large scratches on them. I'm not worried, but if you are going to get one of these watches, it is something to watch out for. It is going to scratch. It's part of the reason I've actually been wearing it a lot more on the rubber, which I bought myself for this watch, mostly just because it makes it an even lighter, even more sporty watch, and I just think it's super, super cool. So I've got the bracelet, but the rubber's sick, especially because it has the titanium clasp to match. What else is the same about these watches? Well, also the crown guards. And the crown guards are really nicely designed. They actually sort of just fade into the rest of the case, and they look really, really nice, but they also still do their job. Same case proportions and everything like that. Honestly, both of them wear really, really well. Obviously, I prefer the wearing experience of the 36mm, particularly because it is 8.95mm thick and 40.8mm lug to lug, so it wears very compact, very snug on the wrist, mostly also because it's 36mm diameter. It's just, it wears gorgeously nice and small and slim and gorgeous. By contrast, the 40mm is actually still 8.95mm thick, which makes it wear very, very slim, very, very nice, very, very good. But by contrast, has a 44.5mm lug to lug. So honestly, that sort of checks out. It's about 10% longer lug to lug and about 10 something percent bigger diameter, so it sort of checks out. They both wear really, really nicely. It'll just be down to your preference. I prefer a smaller watch, particularly at the moment. Terry wanted a larger one, so all good there. From a functionality point of view, there is only one big difference between these two watches. Now, Terry, what is it?
It is that 40 has date and the 36 doesn't.
Absolutely. So, the 40mm, as Terry correctly just said, has a date complication at 6 o'clock, if you can call a date a complication nowadays. Now, its implementation, I really, really like. Not only is it colour matched and sort of nestled in at 6 o'clock, it does cut off the 6 index somewhat. So if you did want that full nice index, you are sort of shit out of luck. But honestly, other than that, the implementation I really, really like. I personally don't mind that they've cut off the index. It doesn't really bother me. I think it looks really cool. And the colour matching is perfect. And also the colour of the text is colour matched to like the other text on the dial and everything, so it blends in really, really nicely. From an aesthetic point of view, there are 3 colours available of the 36mm. There is the one I chose called the Lagoon Blue. There is the one we previously reviewed called the Cosmic Purple, and the final one is called the Nardus Green. I've had hands on with all 3, of course, and they all look really, really nice, but you will notice a big difference to the next 3. And the next 3 colours are the colours that the 40mm is available in. So you have Astral Blue, you've got Terry's colour, which is Aurora Green, and you have the final colour, which is Nebula Purple. So in short, the 36mm and the 40 are both available in blue, purple and green. But I mentioned a big difference between the two, and it's that the 40mm versions have this sort of fade to black on the outside, and the 36mm versions are a lot lighter in overall tone. So I guess the colouring of the 36mm is a bit more unisex. So if you did want a 36mm that's a bit of a dark or a darker colour palette, unfortunately you're not catered for, and I think that's one of the letdowns in the 36. Similarly though, if you want a lighter colour palette in the 40, there's nothing really catering for you. So I really do think they could do one colour in each of them, which is properly just versatile, like a grey. But if we keep talking about the dials, they look really, really nice. So if you're familiar with the 12, you know all about the pattern on the dial, and honestly, it just looks gorgeous. It's sort of the thing now. If you've got your own integrated bracelet sports watch as a brand, you sort of need your own dial pattern, and Christopher Ward's really is a standout. I really, really like it. Matched with the applied Twin Flags logo, which is this sort of brushed effect, it looks gorgeous. Honestly, it looks great. And then let's talk about the bracelet for a minute. The finishing of the bracelet and the overall watch is great. Look at the edges of the case and the different finishings and all of that. Honestly, this watch is great. Both of these watches are great. And that brings me to our last point. Should you get them? Well, if you're looking for a brilliant, sort of go anywhere, do anything sports watch that's light and thin and keeps good time because they're both COSC certified and not badly priced, and 100 meters water resistant with a screw down crown, and you don't really care about it getting scratched all that much because you know that a watch is there to use it. These are both a great choice because the price is £1,595. I would have paid that for this in a heartbeat, I think. And I think Terry is in the same boat with his. There's a reason I chose this watch when I could have had a Lumiere for significantly more money or something. It's because having reviewed it, I genuinely love it. And I think especially now that it's got micro adjust, it's genuinely just a brilliant watch. So there's not all that much that separates them. Some colour. I mean, the date edition, I think it's a bit weird that they are exactly the same price when this one, if anything, has less functionality, no date, but they are both exactly £1,595. There's little niggles. It will scratch. It's slightly loud, but other than that, get it. What do you think, Terry?
I love the dial. That pattern.
It's just nice to look at.
It's gorgeous. I can't think of another kind of integrated sports watch around that price that has a dial as interesting as that.
Because obviously, you've got the Venetian Eco Us now. Stay tuned for information about the Venetian Eco. stuff's happening, by the way. Hey, 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 hey.
Got the PRX.
Yeah, but that's just a plain old tapisserie dial.
Yeah, and the dials are bland. This is unique, and that green, that fades to black, is absolutely gorgeous.
I prefer mine.
Yours is, and I don't mean to be rude, but it looks like a baby's watch on your wrist. It is so small. And your hairless arms.
Your dick looks like a baby's dick, but you don't hit me. But, guys, do you think Terry was right in choosing the 40? Or do you think I was right in choosing the 36? Bearing in mind, this also has the emotional connection to me because it was the very first watch we were lent, so I wanted it for that reason. So
it looks great on the strap.
Yeah, it does. And I wear it on the bracelet, but honestly, the strap is just actually really love it on the strap. But I'm glad I have both. I would have got it on the bracelet if I've bought it. So let me know what you think, guys. Chime in down below. Why not like, comment, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video. And why not click that join button, support the channel directly, just like everyone on screen has now. And we've also got 2 new channel members to shout out who are in our supporter tier because they are amazing. We have Bryn Roberts and we also have Ristopia, the lovely donator of Wenlock over here. So thank you to both of you, and to everyone else, thank you very much, and watch yourselves.